You probably enjoy a comfortable and safe life with very little risk and adventure. Actually, for many of us, that's pretty true. There are, however, people who can't take that sort of lifestyle. These people need to be out, challenging the world and themselves by undertaking a range of extremely dangerous activities. Whether it be speed, extreme height, or just plain dangerous situations, these people search out thrills in the most extreme way. Vadim Makarov and Vitaly Raskolov. Rule number one of being a crazy thrill seeker is that you cannot be afraid of heights. Duo Vadim Makarov and Vitaly Raskolov definitely qualify. The two have become famous and infamous with police for scaling all sorts of buildings. Whether it's a cable bridge, a construction crane, or a high-rise, Vadim and Vitaly will climb their way to the top. The results are some pretty impressive and jaw-dropping videos and photos. Those afraid of heights and concerned with safety should probably look away because these two don't use any special equipment to get to the top of their climbs. Yves Rossi, a former Air Force and commercial pilot, it would be an understatement to say that Yves Rossi loves to fly. This Swiss thrill seeker is best known as Jetman because of the flying wings he has strapped himself into. Looking like something out of a 1950s comic book, Rossi has flown over the Alps, the Grand Canyon, and the English Channel to demonstrate the capabilities of his own personal jetpack. He's even flown in formation with a B-17 bomber and a massive A380 Airbus. It looks like fun, but we think we'll stick to business class for now. Nik Wallenda. Can't discuss crazy thrill seekers without bringing up tightrope walkers. Why on earth anyone wants to walk on a thin wire high up in the air without any safety equipment is beyond us. But that said, people like Nik Wallenda live for the thrill of it all. Following in the footsteps of his family, Wallenda has gone tightrope walking almost everywhere. From the Grand Canyon to various amusement parks, he even walked between the towers of the Condado Plaza Hotel in Puerto Rico, the same place his great-grandfather had fallen to his death in 1978. Gary Connery. While it is statistically safe, skydiving is a sport many of us would gladly stay clear of. Now, imagine deliberately jumping out of a plane or helicopter without a parachute. Gary Connery did just that in 2012. The 45-year-old stuntman jumped 2,400 feet using only a wingsuit. Reaching a top speed of 75 miles per hour, Connery became the first person to successfully land without using a parachute when he touched down in a pile of cardboard boxes, which were thankfully empty. Andy Green. When you look at the Thrust SSC, you probably think it's a missile. In fact, it's a car. What kind of person drives this thing? Well, enter Andy Green, an RAF pilot used to speed and not too afraid of taking risks. In 1997, Green drove the Thrust SSC to a land speed record of over 763 miles per hour, breaking the speed of sound. Not done there, this year he aims to break the 1,000 mile per hour mark in the new Bloodhound SSC vehicle. Evel Knievel. Alright, no discussion of crazy thrill seekers would be complete without including the legendary Evel Knievel. The legendary daredevil was known for jumping over things on a motorcycle. Why? Well, simply because he could. From lions and pits of rattlesnakes to 14 buses lined up in a row, Knievel continually pushed the limits, all in an effort to thrill the audience. Over his life, he attempted more than 70 jumps and suffered over 400 bone fractures. George Couronis. When we go on vacation, many of us like to go somewhere warm. Well, so does George Couronis. It's just that the 45-year-old Canadian prefers sharp rocks and liquid magma to soft beaches and cocktails. You see, in addition to being an avid storm chaser, Couronis also enjoys climbing inside active volcanoes. He has the selfies and burn protective suit to prove it. To top it all off, he and his wife even got married on the lip of an active volcano in the Pacific in 2006. Eric Barone. This Frenchman has been a ski patrolman and a stuntman. Always looking for the next thrill, he decided to see about setting a record for being the fastest on a bike. After several records on snow and land, including a crash at over 100 miles per hour in 2002, he returned in 2015 for a new record. Down a snowy, wind-swept slope, he piloted his bike to a record 138.75 miles per hour. Elaine Robert. With no safety equipment whatsoever, this Frenchman simply runs up to a building and starts climbing the exterior. Often without permission, this French Spider-Man only uses climbing shoes and some chalk to get the job done. From the Sydney Opera House to the Burj Khalifa in Dubai to the Petronas Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Robert's climbs can take hours and almost always end with him in handcuffs. Felix Baumgartner. Throughout his career, Felix Baumgartner has made all sorts of dangerous skydiving and base jump attempts. This alone qualifies him as a crazy thrill seeker. However, in 2012, as a part of the Red Bull Stratus project, Baumgartner went up to an altitude of 127,852 feet before performing a free fall. At 843.6 miles per hour, he became the fastest free-falling human in history and the first to break the sound barrier without vehicular assistance. Following this, he decided to put the risk-taking lifestyle behind him by taking up race car driving. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Let us know in the comments which one of these entries you think is the most awesome. And while you're here, go ahead and give these videos a watch if you want to. And don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks!